Hello aspirants and welcome again to Legacy IAS Academy. In this video, we will look at what Russia has to say before their President Vladimir Putin visits India on 4th and 5th of December. So before this highly anticipated visit, Russia is making certain statements wherein it is siding with India and it is taking a stand against USA and its tactics of imposing a lot of tariffs on India, which is unjustified. So let us see in detail what Russia has to say with respect to all these things, with respect to India USA Russia relationship, or India China Russia relationship, so on and so forth. So what is the news all about? The news is about President Vladimir Putin's visit to India on 4th and 5th December. Now before this visit, what Russia is actually saying is that there is pressure on India. Pressure of what? Pressure on India. They are talking about that USA is imposing pressure on India. How is USA imposing pressure on India? USA has imposed 25% tariff on India just because we are buying oil from Russia. So this is an unnecessary and unjustified pressure is what Russia is saying. As a result of which, Russia is now saying that India and Russia should secure their bilateral trade from the third country influence. That means we need to come to an agreement between each other in order to ensure any third country cannot interfere in our relationships, in our trade agreements, so on and so forth. Now this visit of Vladimir Putin is going to have a lot of agendas on its discussion, right? So some of the agenda include the S-400 Triumph, which is the defense system which is there, Su-57's labor mobility pact, and many more things that have to be discussed during this particular visit. So we don't have to shy away because of such uncalled for restrictions that USA is imposing. We don't have to pressurize ourselves, rather we need to secure our bilateral trade with each other, is what Russia is saying before this visit. So let us understand the details of these statements that are coming out, and also what repercussions or what importance do they hold. Before moving on, let just an important announcement with respect to the new batches that are going to start from 15th and 6th of December. 15th December, regular batches that take place from Monday to Friday. Weekend batches take place on Saturday and Sunday, especially for the working professional and the college going aspirants. The batch size is always less than or equal to 40, so as to ensure individual attention for each and every aspirant. Once you enroll with Legacy IAS Academy, there are a lot of advantages that you get. Some of the advantages are mentioned here. For example, comprehensive coverage of syllabus, one-on-one mentorship with the teachers that you have just seen, regular interactions with them, daily mains answer writing practice, test series for both prelims and mains, of course, to make Legacy IAS Academy your one-stop solution for UPSC preparation. We also follow a 360-degree approach for our current affairs, wherein the entire week's current affairs are covered through the live classes. So if you want to enroll with us, you can simply download the app, log on to the website, or call on these numbers. Now let's continue with our news. So because of the statement, what is the core message that is coming from Russia? It is basically acknowledging that there is an external pressure. Special emphasis given to USA here. External pressure, that means pressure from USA is there on India, as a result of which they are calling for making a structure which will be free from third party influence. So let us have an agreement which ensures that we are safeguarded from any third party influence, specifically that of USA. At the same time, Russia also praises India's sovereignty. Of course, we are a sovereign country, and not just that, we are also emphasizing this practically, wherein we are disregarding any types of secondary sanctions that are put by USA on us, because we also follow a policy of international relations known as the de-hyphenation policy. According to de-hyphenation policy, India's relationship with Russia has nothing to do with India's relationship with USA. At the same time, India-USA relationship has nothing to do with India's relationship with Russia. So these relationships are independent of each other, and that is what the de-hyphenation policy is all about. And so Russia basically praises India's sovereignty in practical terms as well. Now when Putin comes, there are a lot of key areas of discussion. As I mentioned briefly, S-400, which is the air defense system of India, which plays a very important role, and this defense system is more capable than the defense system that Pakistan has imported from China. So this is a better or an upgraded version, so this gives us basically higher capability in our defense. Then you have Su-57, these are Sukhoi 57. Sukhoi 57, basically the fighter jets. These are 5th generation fighter jets, will likely be discussed over here. Then you have the nuclear cooperation, Russia to offer small modular reactors to India. In addition to that, Russia has also provided us with nuclear capable missiles. Not just that, they have also transferred the technology to India to develop the missiles indigenously on our own. So Russia has been a great trading partner for India. In fact, we have also been great trading partner for Russia, because when no one trades with Russia, India still trades with Russia. That's thus ensuring progressing of the Russian economy as well. Other discussion would be related to economy and energy cooperation in the field of oil, crude oil, etc., and new agreements related to the labor mobility, means moving of people from India to Russia, and also vice versa, more focus from India to Russia movement. Now Russia's view on US tariff is what? Russia says that the 25% tariff was like a penalty. It says that India USA is a bilateral matter. That is fair enough. In the same manner, India Russia is also a bilateral manner, is a bilateral thing. So these two countries should decide what they want to do, right? The third country should not interfere in that. I hope that is clear. Now India Russia energy trade update is what? Indian oil companies are adjusting import volumes. There is some decrease, some companies are decreasing it, some companies are increasing it. So after the tariff, it's not that it has declined considerably, it has more or less stabilized, which is the case. Now Russia stance on these sanctions which were imposed on by USA on Russia is that these sanctions are illegal. Why it is illegal? Russia says that unless and until UNSC approves the sanctions, it cannot be a legal sanction. It will be a unilateral sanction which will be completely illegal, is what Russia is saying. Now Russia and Ukraine were also in conflict, as a result of which India had also been asked to take a stand on the conflict. So Russia here appreciates India's stance on Russia-Ukraine conflict as well. Why? Because India has always been just. India has followed law and order, or the international rules and regulations that are there. India has always been in favor of peaceful resolution at the same time. So these things are encouraged by Russia. Russia has said that India maintained a balanced stance. India supports peaceful resolution. That means India is not inclining towards one party only, whether they are right or wrong. It maintains a balanced stance. And the most important thing here is that India prefers to speak and hear directly from Russia rather than asking other European power or other country with respect to what Russia's intention is. And this makes sense. If you want to know what Russia's intention is, what Russia wants to do, what Russia wants and does not want, the best person to ask is Russia, and that is what India does, unlike other countries which do not ask Russia and make stories or ask other countries. So here also Russia is appreciating India's stance on Ukraine-Russia conflict. Now, as far as the India-China-Russia dynamic is concerned, Russia calls China a privileged strategic partner. At the same time, it places India on an equal footing. So for Russia, India and China, at least theoretically in the words, are on equal footing. I hope that's clear. So this is also important because when Russia tilts too much towards China, that can be a concern for India. In the same manner, when India tilts a lot towards USA, that can be a concern for Russia. So Russia has to balance India and China, and India has to balance USA and Russia. So here, by these wordings, they are trying to showcase that yes, India is also on the same footing. and they are also ready to deepen the ties as much as India is ready. So the degree to which India is ready, they are also ready, talking about the mutual readiness of both the countries to further deepen the ties. We call Russia as our all weather friend, and so we are for Russia, we are their all weather friend. Even when sanctions are imposed, we are still trading with each other. In United Nations Security Council, Russia has a lot of times helped India in vetoing certain situations wherein the countries would want to internationalize issues which are very clearly our domestic and sovereign issues, which other countries should not be talking about. So Russia, being a permanent member of UNSC, have always helped India. India has always helped Russia whenever there were sanctions put onto them, as a result of which we have a very long lasting and an all weather friendship. Thank you.